Quentin Tarantino is undoubtedly one of the most intense, bold movie directors who's ever created. The storied filmmaker has been putting out unpredictable, wild action movies for over 3 decades now, carving himself a reputation for always making a lasting impression on viewers, as it's kind of hard not to remember the crazy scenes that you've just seen. Every Tarantino film has a moment during its runtime that's so violent, so untamed, that everyone ends up talking about it, sometimes for years after they've seen the film. Up first, Ezekiel 25:17 in Pulp Fiction. Considered by many the quintessential Tarantino film, Pulp Fiction is full of shocking scenes that leave a lasting impression. As such, it's not easy to pick out which scene really is the wildest, the one that makes the biggest impact on pop culture. Is it the adrenaline shot scene? Them visiting the wolf? It's really hard to say, but my personal bias led me to choose the forever memed Ezekiel 25:17. Samuel L. Jackson's acting in the scene is simply fantastic, with him creating a sense of volatility while interrogating Brett, trying to find out where Marcellus Wallace is. Brett, scared out of his mind, is only able to mumble the word "what" over and over, leading to a hilarious yet terrifying monologue by Jackson, which he finishes by quoting Ezekiel 25:17. "And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee," and then shooting Brett.
"And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my..."
Our fourth spot features the Shootout from Django Unchained. This movie is potentially Tarantino's most violent, impacting movie due to its heavy themes of racism, slavery, and revenge. The film is full of heavy-hitting dialogue and rampaging action scenes, but it's hard to argue against the shootout at Candyland being the film's peak moment. Not only does it bring a sense of satisfaction to the viewers, but it's also an epic sequence that features a ludicrous amount of explosions, blood, and overall destruction everywhere, in slow motion. The real impact of the scene comes from the way it starts, with 2 of the film's main characters suddenly dying before all hell breaks loose and the shooting and booming starts. The second the scene begins, audience members instantly know that everything is fair game from this point on, and you have no idea what to expect, except that it's going to be violent and memorable. Up next is The Bride versus the Crazy 88s in Kill Bill. The Bride facing off against the Crazy 88s horde at the end of the first half of Kill Bill is one of the most gory, brutal action scenes ever shown in cinema. It's also one of the most awesome showcases of a one-man army. Taking place in the 88's gorgeous Japanese restaurant, The Bride, in her iconic yellow and black jumpsuit, takes part in a lengthy, gruesome battle in which she methodically fights off members of the gang, cutting them down with precision. As audience members watch, they become witnesses to huge sprays of blood, chopped off limbs, and gravity-defying maneuvers. As the stylized, almost animation-like fight ends, the music fades, and viewers truly realize the consequences as they hear the moans of the chopped gang members and see the overall carnage in the restaurant. The scene jumps from shocking to fun to shocking again, which makes it an essential Tarantino moment. Our second spot is Landa's freedom in Inglourious Basterds. Imagine if there was an alternate timeline where a Nazi-slaying, Jewish-American guerrilla squadron hunts Nazis during World War II and kills Hitler during a movie premiere? That's the general plot of Inglourious Basterds. And even then, with the absolutely outrageous team, the final scene is what sticks out, as the movie manages to come full circle when the squad's leader, Lieutenant Aldo, creates his, quote, masterpiece. Following the film's climax, SS Colonel Hans Landa agrees his terms of surrender and gets escorted by the Bastards into Allied territory. Lieutenant Aldo then asks Landa whether he'll remove his Nazi uniform after his surrender, but is left unsatisfied by the answer. Aldo then proceeds to carve a swastika into Hans Landa's forehead, declaring the marking his masterpiece. Why, you may ask? Well, he believes bad people should bear the mark of who they truly are. Pretty dope.
Are you mad? What have you done?
And number 1 is Stuck in the Middle with You from Reservoir Dogs. This scene from Tarantino's first feature film is infamous, and for good reason, honestly. Reservoir Dogs features one of the most cringe-inducing moments in film history, where Vic Vega, aka Mr. Blonde, tortures a police officer, both mentally and physically, and goes as far as cutting his ear off with a razor while the hit song Stuck in the Middle with You plays on the radio. It truly is a shocking scene, and that's without the violent action being shown directly. As disturbing as the scene is, what really makes it stand out is how casual Vega is about the ordeal, as once he's done with the policeman, the camera tracks him popping outside as he retrieves a gas tank from his trunk. The scene is as shocking as it is cinematic, honestly. The combination of excellent cinematography and unfiltered violence truly announced Tarantino's iconic, unmistakable filming style to the world.
You ever listen to K. Billy's Super Sounds of the 70s?
Thanks for watching, guys. What's your favorite Quentin Tarantino movie of all time? What made you love it so much? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more trivia and lists about your favorite directors, actors, and other cinema legends. Thank you again, and see you next time.